Hey guys, and welcome to episode 3 of the RB Leipzig Beta save. And today we've got some big news. We're going to be signing our first player for the club. We're going to be playing our last friendly match and also playing Bayern Munich in the Super Cup. So two big things there, obviously the transfer and Bayern in the Super Cup. If you guys are enjoying this series so far, be sure to smash the like button below and do subscribe to the channel. There's going to be loads of content coming this year. Tactics, rebuilds, let's plays, everything. A little bit of everything for you guys. So let's get into this video and let's hopefully win a trophy. Before we talk about trophies, this is going to be the player we're going to be bringing in. Obviously a player that we have talked about. We are working with a limited budget. I don't want to put the club into debt. So this is going to be the player. He's going to be Thales Magno. We have been scouting him. He's a very good player. Can get into the team right away because obviously we are now playing wide players. Can play on the left, right and striker. So you are getting a player that can cover 3 positions at the end of the day. And he's only costing us 9.5 million, which in my opinion is actually a very good price. So we are going to accept him into the club. Obviously, we're going to get him registered. We literally play the Leipzig second team, and then we are also going to play Bayern in the Super Cup. So some very important games to get through this episode. We're going to resign. We're going to do the squad registration now. Actually, one thing. What? Why can't we do that? He's on loan. He's on loan. We can't recall them either, can we? No, we can't. One thing I will say is when you play in the Bundesliga, it is so easy to register your team because the restrictions are so lenient. Very easy as well. We'll do squad numbers as well. We sort of them. And let's get into what is going to be, I believe, the next game. Let's do the... We'll play the under-19s. Happy with that. Yes, let's get Magno in as well, yeah. Yeah. Manage the first 11 only. Fixtures, play. It's going to take us right in now, I believe. It is. We're going to see him warming up. Go into the preview. And yeah, it's going to be the first team versus the under-19s. Obviously, Leipzig have such good youth. So hopefully we can see some gems in this team as well. Is this going to be a goal from the rip? Let's have a little look. It's going to be Javier into Forsberg out wide. That was really poor from Forsberg. Very strange that. All over the top. Hopefully we can... That is great from Raum. Obviously he's rapid. He really is. Lima into Olmo, into Magno. Ball over the top into Forsberg. Recovers it. Back into Forsberg down the line. Is he going to get a ball in the box? He's into Werner. And Werner's on fire. I mean, it is against an under-19 team. Let's remember that. But Werner is now scored. I mean, we've actually got Thales Magno playing in a position which I probably wouldn't even favour him in. We're going to keep him in it for now because obviously we've got players that do need the minutes and to get warm. That is shocking. We need to be more alert from that. Hopefully we can win it back in the midfield. Can we? That's fine. That's not fine. Raum. Good, well done. We're making mistakes. We are winning it back. It's sort of bittersweet. Great play there into Olmo. Hopefully he can cut it back. He goes across goal and, I mean, it's a weird position to score from, but we're going to take it 2-0 up against the under-19s inside of 9 minutes. So this might be one of them games now, which is going to get quite ugly for him. If this goes in, we're just going to lower the tempo and sort of see it out. Yeah, I think the best thing we could do for this now is we're just going to... We'll keep it like that. We're going to lower the tempo so we get no injuries. And we're just going to sort of play it about, have some fun, bring off players, you know, that we don't really need as well. Just sort of, you know, just play a little bit more calmer. The game's done. We're now on a 3-win streak. Obviously, this game was obviously going to be a win. But I say that. The first game of the season was an absolute stinker for us. Werner's through again. I mean, it's world class. It's world class. We're actually going to take Werner off because we want to reserve him for the next game, obviously, coming up. And we're just going to look to take off some of the best players. We're going to give Olmo. We're bring Campbell on. Possibly even... And we're going to keep him, really. Gvardia will take off, bring on Halastenberg. Why not? We'll leave it like that. This game's done. Obviously, it's an easy game. Forsberg, bit shocking there. But I'm hoping against Bayern. Part of me, I'm not expecting to go in and win the game. Obviously, I think we can win the game, but I'd be lying if I was to sit here and say, I think we're going to go in, dominate it, and it's going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. The one thing I don't want to happen is for us to have won all these friendly games, and then we get thumped by Bayern Munich, and it's just embarrassing. I don't want that to happen. I would rather go into a game. Obviously, I want to win, but if we were to go against Bayern and, you know, concede late and lose, it would be gutting. Obviously, it would be. It's a chance to get some silverware. But if we go there and get thumped, it's going to be just an embarrassment, because we are now at a point where I would say we're actually looking quite good, even though they are only friendlies and the teams probably haven't been the best of the best. You know, we definitely have improved from when we were playing narrow. And like little play like that down the wing, ball in the box, that should be a pen. Possibly shouldn't be calling against pens against my under-19s, but it's got to be done. And it's nearly going to be a debut goal from Magno there. But I'm just hoping that we can sort of go against a top team like Bayern, and these results that we've got will then mean something, instead of us just being able to beat the less teams. Because at the end of the day, the Bundesliga does have a lot of teams which are beatable easily with Leipzig. But you've got your Dortmunds, you've got, you know, your Bayerns, you've got your Leverkusens, obviously not playing the best in real life at the moment, but in this game are going to be playing well. Klosterman, down the line, that's unlucky. It's beautiful play to get in that area though. And we do seem to be slightly better. You watch them score from this now as soon as I say it. But we are able to win the ball back. If that was any other player right there of first team quality, that would be a goal. So got to be a little bit more, you know, harsh there. But for me, winning the ball back is such a big part of the game. And possession, again, is another big part of the game. And the 4-2-3-1, although it has got wingers, it is one of the best systems you can actually use to maintain the ball. Like, you'd think narrow, more midfielders, more possession. And as you saw in the first game, it does dominate the ball. We had over 70% in one of the games, but you don't seem to create as many chances. That is a thunder and strike from Lens. In previous Football Manager, 2022, narrow systems were very, very good, very overpowered. And I thought, you know what, we'll test it out. But for me, just from the first glimpse of it, I definitely prefer to have a little bit of width in the team now. And it clearly does pay off. Obviously, this game here, we're not going as into it because I've lowered the press, I've lowered the intensity, just because we scored 4 goals. And, you know, I don't want to overly tire the players. They're already playing a ridiculous amount, and we're still scoring goals. We've still scored 5, and we're playing on a lot less of an intense style. So this game is now just about seeing it out. You know, it's against the young side, our own side. I don't want to... It's not nice humiliating the under-19s, but we need the practice, and obviously they're willing to give it, so why not? So let's just see this game out now. Obviously, if we had the skin on, we could actually simulate the rest of the game. So I am looking forward to seeing Magno. That's unlucky. I am actually looking forward to seeing when that skin does drop. Obviously, Zealand was the creator of the skin I used all of last Football Manager. Obviously, probably the biggest, I want to say, Football Manager content creator. Such a good content creator. And obviously releasing that skin as well. So, I mean, I am hoping that he does... If he doesn't, someone else, just... I want to see a skin. Obviously, it's not going to happen in the beta because they're going to wait until the full game drops, understandably. And obviously, the face packs as well. These few tweaks, your face packs, the add-on to, you know, have accurate leagues in terms of, you know, stuff like that, they make such a big difference to Football Manager. Because if I was to play Football Manager like this the whole time, in the sense of no face packs, no real team names, all of this stuff, it would still be fun to play, but it would definitely feel a little bit less of a personal football game. Whereas when you've got the real team names, you've got the real face packs, you can see the players actually in your team. It makes the management experience so much better. And talking about better, that is a better result, 5-1. So now we're going to go ahead and we're actually going to look. You can see there we take on Bayern in a few days. In terms of the schedule then, so we'll look here. In this, it takes a while to load up. That was a narrow system. And from then on, we obviously switched and we're now on a 3-win streak, scoring 5 against Wolves and 5 against the Leipzig second 11, which actually was the under-19s. And we now take on Bayern in the Super Cup. Now, this is going to be tough. This is going to be tough. So I'm going to come back to you once we've got the lineup, and hopefully we can actually go to Bayern and give them a run for their money. So this is going to be the team that we're actually going to use to play Bayern in the German Super Cup. Now, Nkunku isn't fit to start, so that is a big loss. We can bring it on obviously at half-time, 60 minutes, around that mark. The team's still looking very good. I'm actually going to change this because Raum has been very good. We're going to be playing Klosterman, Simakan, Guardio, Raum, Schlager, Lima, Magno, not Mango, almost Sabosloy and Werner up top. It's going to be a bloody tough game. It's going to be a very tough game. But I just hope we can go there. I don't want to get blitzed, because if we get blitzed, it's going to feel like all the friendlies meant nothing. So I hope we can go there and it's not going to be easy. I'll be very surprised if we go here and dominate it. They're a fantastic side, fantastic manager. Their team is incredible. It's going to be very difficult, so hopefully we can just sort of get into this and let's just see how it goes. Like I said, this is just the start of a very, very long project, so let's see how it goes. Please, not already. Okay, break. Go on, Olmo. Okay, you can't be making mistakes against... He's offside. He isn't. He wasn't. That player was. Mane. Obviously, you've got Sadio Mane now as well, so... Not a player you want to be defending against at all. Okay. I don't like this. Okay, that's good. That's good. Don't lose possession in your debut, mate. Not good. I probably shouldn't have... Yeah. I don't know if I should have played him in a... I mean, it's not his debut. He's played a friendly, but it's quite a big game to come into. That's okay. Oh, no, not two. Okay. Let's just not snowball now. We can take our time. We've had more of the ball. That's the one thing I can say we've had going for us. I think he actually needs to come off. Yeah, he's coming off. He's coming off. We're going to get Nkunku on. Just please don't score here, just from another... Not from another error. They've got Musiala, Gnabry. Bayern Munich are a nutty side. They really are. I mean, we're 3-0 down in 30 minutes. It's the one thing I did not want this to happen. Because now we're sort of forced in, you know, if we go more attacking, we possibly might be able to sort of cause, you know, a little bit of an upset, possibly get a goal back. But at the moment, it's not looking good. And I feel sorry for the new signing. I probably shouldn't have played him. Obviously, he wasn't... Hang on. He's offside. I think he's off. Yeah. It looked way too easy to be an onside goal. Good finish, but... Yeah, miles offside. But I mean, I sort of had to play him because obviously Werner was injured. But this is not what I wanted. I didn't want to see, obviously, a 4, not 4, it could be 4, a 3-0 sort of lead inside of 30 minutes. And now we're playing like this and it's looking very, very eerie. Yeah, I don't like this at all. They look so calm on the ball. Muller's got acres of space. We're playing like a different team. I think it is because obviously it's such higher quality opposition. But yeah, okay, yeah, this is not what we want. We've got injuries. This could be looking at a very, 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 very... Could be a dominant game from them. It could be 4. I feel like we're going to need a season or so to actually build this side and compete with Bayern, because Bayern is such a pain to play. They really are. Let's get Haidara on just for a little bit of energy in midfield. I don't really want to I don't want to go more expressive and go for a wing, because I think we're going to end up getting absolutely just demolished. They're already creating so many chances, so if we go all-out attack, sort of, if you want to word it like that, it's going to get ugly. So what we're going to do here is we're going to demand a little bit more from... Yeah, this is... The game's come too quick for us. The game has come too quick. We're not ready for a challenge like this, clearly. Clearly not ready for a challenge like this. Obviously, it wasn't a great start. We lost the first goal to an individual error. We've got players that are knackered already, having to come off all the time. It's not a pretty game. It's not a pretty result. And it just shows the levels that Bayern are ahead of us at the moment. But like I said, I would have rather it be a sort of a 1-0 defeat, obviously, compared to 4. But it's Bayern Munich. They're one of the best teams in the game. Fantastic side. We're not going to watch them lift the trophy. We do not want to see any of that. And we're just going to move on, because if we get down about it, it's not going to be good. We're going to ignore that as a pre-season trophy. We can get into the next game, and hopefully we can continue to improve, because let's just move on. So, the last game of this episode is going to be the actual first game of the season, if you want to call it that, because it is a cup game. It is going to be the first round of the Pockle, and that is going to be against Hankerfen. I think that's how you say that. Now, we have recruited some more staff, and we are going to be going into this game with... Now, this is risky. I'm actually going to see what they say, what is classed as slight rotation. I don't want Werner to really start, to be honest, because I want to save him for the first game of the season. We've already got injuries to Poulsen, Sabosloy and Campbell, so we're going to have to be quite careful here. Magno is going to play to purely try and get confidence after that bit of a disappointing first game. We're going to have the wing-backs on attack because this is... They seem like quite a defensive team, I'm going to be honest, and I feel like we don't want to be in a situation where we dominate the game and we're looking for a goal in the last sort of 10 minutes. So hopefully with attack and fullbacks and wingers and strikers, we can definitely get a goal. Got a highlight in the first minute of the game, and that is going to be 1-0 Andre Silva, and this is fine. What we need to do after that 4-0 defeat is bounce back, and that needs to happen not only in this game, but needs to happen inside of the actual Bundesliga. I don't care about the preseason trophy. I only care about them trophies when I'm at a stage where I'm winning everything and you're under that pressure. But for me, this first season is purely about building my team, Silva again through, building a team that's confident with the system I want to play, bringing in, obviously I could only bring in one player really, possibly another one. I'll see what I can do there. But this first season is literally about learning the game for one. You know, getting used to everything is the main thing, and also just, you know, hopefully we can win something. Pockle might be a good shout, obviously, at winning, as Magno gets his first goal for the club. So, you know, leave a like for Magno below. What a player he hopefully could turn out to be. We're going to praise the lads because they deserve it. Playing absolutely class there. It's going to be Lerma actually picking up a yellow card, not to be confused with Lima. And this game has just been one-way traffic. I thought it would be. That's why I thought I would play slight rotation, if you can call it that. We don't really have enough depth to play slight rotation. Hence why I might try and dive into the transfer market, to try and even pick up one more player, even if it's not really world class, just purely for the depth. We could probably do, to be honest, with... We've got a backup strike, obviously, Silva and Werner. Probably another winger or midfield player, to be honest, because the wingers we've got aren't traditional wingers. Campbell, Sabosloy aren't traditional wingers. Forsberg, again, fantastic finish there, though. It's going to be 3-0. And this is a game which you are going to see lots of goals. I thought that's why I'd make it the last one of the episode, because there's going to be lots of highlights. I'm hoping for a clean sheet as well, and I'm hoping we can get up to at least 6 goals. This is a very, very poor side compared to what we're working with. No disrespect to the team that we are playing, but obviously you can only play what's in front of you. And if this is our bounce back game, this is a bounce back game. Hopefully we can see a positive start in the Bundesliga as well. I have forgot who we play on our debut game of the season. Hopefully it's a beatable team. That is something I do obviously want to be seeing. But we're playing some good football here. Obviously playing out from the back, which I do want from the players. I do tell them to do that all the time. Magno, fantastic touch into Silva. And it's beautiful. Beautiful football. Magno has really come alive now in this game. And I'm hoping we can see this in the season. It was a mixture of my fault and also just unfortunate circumstances that he had to play against Bayern. In an ideal world where players weren't injured, I wouldn't have started him in that game. But he was the only option that was, you know, sort of a born winger ready to play there, or usually plays there. But to go against Bayern in his first actual competitive game that isn't a friendly was a bit harsh on me. So hopefully that hasn't shattered his confidence and he can slowly build it up into the season. But they've had nothing really going forward here at all, have they? The game's pretty much been one-way traffic, as they do go here, but Guardiol wins it quite comfortably, drives down the line, into Magno, back into Olmo, who just takes his time on the ball, back into Haidara, into Silva, who hits it, and yeah. When a game's like this, you've got to put your hands up and just kick your feet back, have a little nap, because this game is going to be done. The keeper's had a mare there. It's 5-0, and I'm pretty sure this game is going to be to the point where we're actually going to go to just... We're going to go... Can we just do goals? We can't. Okay. So, we'll watch it out. We'll watch it out. Could be another goal there. It is another goal. It's going to be 6-0 inside of 26 minutes. So we are going to... We'll watch it. It's a new game. Let's watch the goals go in. It's a brand new game out, for God's sake. Let's not get boring. 6-0 inside of 28 minutes. I mean, one thing I am going to do, just so the players don't get too tired, is play a slightly lower tempo for one, and we'll just keep it like that. Praise them. They've literally not put a foot wrong. I think the only foot wrong we put is Guardia getting booked. So I'm not going to slate him for that too much at the moment. And he's playing so far up now. Magno into Silva. And I think that's a great interception actually there from the player. But the Pockle is one of them trophies which might seem a pointless trophy, but it's just as important as what the English people rate the FA Cup or the Carabao. And obviously there's some teams in England that really do value that trophy. So to win the Pockle in this season would be massive. I think for me, being honest, I know what I want. I'd love to win the league, but it's not realistic in the first season when you've got Bayern Munich with the quality of players they have. And obviously it is a new game. We are still learning as we do concede there. But for me, realistically, top 4 and a German trophy would be more than enough for me to be happy in the first season. Then the second season, obviously we'd like to start to be more competitive for the title and things like that. But for me, we've obviously got we've got a lot of games to play. We're in the Champions League, we're in the German trophies, we're in the Bundesliga, obviously. The squad depth isn't there. So one thing with Leipzig, because they sell so many players, they haven't replaced as many players as they've sold. They've also got great players up on loan. Mareba in the midfield. Angelino probably would be our starting left-backs out on loan, who I can't recall. So he should be off now. Decisions that I probably wouldn't have made that I can't take back have obviously impacted the first season. But it's one of them things. As soon as I heard that, obviously, you know the beta's coming out. But as soon as I knew the beta was coming around the corner, I had to pick a team off the top of my head because obviously the person who makes my thumbnails wanted to make it, wanted a bit of notice as well. So I thought a team that I love. I didn't want to go United because I thought it'd be too easy because they're going to have world-class players. But Leipzig would be a bit of a challenge because, you know, Dortmund probably have a better team. Bayern Munich have a better team. And I really do like Leipzig. So I thought, do you know what? Let's go with them. And I'm happy I did because we are going to definitely see a mixture of... We're going to see how it is to play with a team that isn't, you know, the top of the top, but also isn't the bottom of the bottom. They're not on mid-table. It's a weird one to say. They're in the top. They're not in the title race, I'd even say, Leipzig. It's a difficult one to say, but so far so good in this game. I do sort of go off topic there, where we are 7-1 up against this side, and this game should more or less be done. We might look to just bring on players purely for the sake of it now, just to, you know, make sure no one gets too tired. We don't want to bring on too many world-class players. I've actually missed a goal there. Andre Silva getting another goal, and he does come off, so probably not going to be too happy with that decision, but at the end of the day, we want to give everyone some minutes, get Navoa on, see what he's got in the tank. But this game's been brutal. I mean, 68% possession, 3.75 XG, 13 shots on target, 33 overall. It's absolutely flawless. Conrad Lima on the edge here, back into Halastenberg, back into Henriks actually, who chips it over to Haidara. Weird bit of play there. Ball into Halastenberg. Very poor ball there. Hopefully we can win the ball back in this area. Can we? Very weird ball being played out there. It's going to be Simakan that does pick it up. Cuts it back into Galashi, into Orban, into Simakan, however you want to say that, I do apologise. Henriks again with the ball. He's taking his time. Like I said, a slightly lower tempo now. No need to rush it. We've got a 7-goal advantage, and that is going to be a penalty. And this could be 9-1. Who's going to step up and take the pen? It's going to be Danny Olmo. Oh, he goes in the bottom right corner, and that is going to be 9-1. Are we going to get to 10? We've got a minute and a half left. I highly doubt it. We don't, but that is going to be 9-1 in the first round of the Pockle. So I think it's safe to say we're through. I would definitely say it's safe to say that we are through. Positive all the way round because it was pretty much a flawless game bar the goal. And that is actually going to be the last game of the episode, guys. So that is going to be episode 3 completed. If you guys are enjoying this beta series so far, obviously we're going to have loads more content coming out when the actual game does drop. If you are enjoying it, please be sure to leave a like below and do subscribe to the channel and comment below of how your beta experience is going so far. But that's going to be it for me today, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.